I feel like stepdads can be questionable.
Oh, I feel like the most of the time they're questionable.
Like
right?
the thought of having a stepdad just makes me feel weird.
You just assume you're getting molested, right?
Yeah. Like there's a weird undertone of he touches me.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because it just feels creepy.
It does feel creepy because you're like, what man wants in on that teenage daughter? Like, who the fuck wants somebody else's teenager daughter as a daughter?
What man
those
wants
people are
that?
fucking teenagers. They're terrible.
Ugh. I see a teenager, I get a shiver down
I
my
know,
spine.
they're horrible.
Oh
and
my
also,
God.
like, don't you just assume you're getting molested if you're getting a new stepdad or something?
No.
You don't?
No.
I do. It's like so clearly you're getting molested.
It is not so clear. No.
I bet 90% of people who molest are stepdads.
I think that's accurate. Yeah, I think that's a statistic. That's accurate.
No. There's no way.
You're not a girl. I feel like girls get molested by their stepdads a lot. That's a thing.
Or uncles.
Yeah. Here, will you play this clip for her? Speaking apropos of this discussion, would you play the "Don't Let Your Kid Stay" clip, Nadav, for my love here?
Yeah, let me pull that up.
There's a few lanes I've been going down. Talking animals. I'm really into animals being able to talk. Yeah, me too. But then there's this, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts because I like that you and I are, first of all, you and I are both Valley girls. We went to the same high school, different times. You're younger than me, but I love, you get it. Because don't you feel like growing up in the Valley, maybe we heard stories about
molestation
with stepdad. Yeah, I feel like stepdads molest.
Yes. Like no question about it.
Yeah. Like, what man are you bringing near your daughters? I think as a mother, that's what I'm saying. So as a mother,
not
let's
till
say
they move out. I feel like
100%. 100%. Even let's say Tommy drops dead tomorrow. I hopefully not. But even around my sons, I've made a pact that I'm going to stay single until they're fucking 18 and out. What if you bring home some creeper and he's into your kids? It's very dicey to bring home
a stranger.
A stranger
around your children, and then you never forgive yourself if something happens.
I would rather just meet 20-year-old Puerto Ricans in hotels and bang some cabana boy.
Yeah, exactly. Then bring a new man into the house.
And I don't need another relationship. I did marriage. I'm all fucking tired. I'm all dry. I'm angry. I'm tired. I gotta raise my sons. Yeah. So watch this and see if this resonates with you too, Sarah.
Okay.
Quit allowing your child to stay at everybody's house. You can't trust the parent.
Yeah.
You can't trust the other kids. You can't trust the other friends of the kids. You can't trust nobody. Nobody will watch your child like you.
That's
All
right.
it takes is for one person to touch your child, and your child will be messed up for the rest of his or her life.
I mean,
preach. Don't you feel like that should be a fucking PSA played like when the minute you get pregnant and you're like, this guy knows what's up?
No, yeah, it's true. You have to vet the people's houses that your kids are going to.
Look, can I tell?
And even then,
Weinshenk.
What?
So, I am so on my kids. I am fucking eyes on, brew. Like, so in order to volunteer to be a part of their field trips and to be an involved parent in the classroom, you have to take a course on ethics.
Okay.
Okay, and basically what that is they scare the piss out of you that your kid will be molested.
No.
And it's basically like, here's to look out for these types of creeps and what that is and what the signs are. There was a story that fucking haunts me forever in this class. You have to take it and sign off on it. It's like they just traumatize you for hours. It's great. But any parent but it scares off the pedophiles, I'm sure, because they like
you're like, I'm scared and I'm not even a pedophile. You're like, what's happening?
Yeah. So there's this one story that will fucking haunt me. Ugh. So it's always a friend of the family who the guy wants to be really involved with your kids. So for instance, it was like a friend of their family who their families would go on trips together and do activities together. And he had his own family too. He wasn't molesting his kids, but oh God, the story is terrible. So they were all watching a movie, his family and this family we're talking about. And the fucking creeper is sitting next to the little boy, and he has a blanket over both of their laps, and he's touching.
No.
And that's like that. Hey, that's Bob. That's just Bob, the guy that we've been friends with for 15 years and stuff like that. And the reason how they found out is the little boy had started watching pornography prematurely, like around 11 or 10. Yeah, like really young. And I guess the dad had caught the material on the kid's whatever computer and was like, hey, I noticed you were watching stuff. Like, what's, not to shame you or anything, like what's going on. And so he learned that was a flagging behavior when little kids start to watch pornography, because usually they're being molested sexually. I know. So that's why I'm like, that's 100% right. Even if you think the motherfucker, like,
it is. And
nah.
My friends that I know that got molested, it was always a friend of the family, like what you said.
Tell me more. Let's talk about it.
The people I know who've been touched, it was always like someone who was always around and nobody thought twice about.
Mm-hmm.
And then how do you vet people that you're going to put around your kids?
I don't know.
You just have to trust your gut?
I guess. I mean, from what I understand, any grown man, there was a guy one time, a grown man who really wanted to hang out with my kids. I remember he was like in the neighborhood, and then
I just got chill up my spine.
And I was like, nah, why you keep asking about that? You know what I mean? I think you can sense when a guy is a creeper. And I was like, nah, dude, no fucking thanks. I get it. I know who you are. And kids I sensed when I was a little girl, my mom was always telling me, like, if you feel something weird, run away or do something.
Yeah, my mom too.
And I did a few times, and I was like, later.
I remember at the mall though when I was a kid, there was a guy with a lollipop. He was like classic pedophile.
Yeah,
just like with
a big one,
like a big rainbow one. And I was holding my mom's hand, and this man goes. He pulls it out. He goes, "You want a lollipop?" And I was like, "I do." My mom's like, "We don't take candy from strangers." I was like, I was so pissed because it was like a rainbow. It was like exactly what you would want as a kid.
Yeah.
Like a big lollipop. But I didn't get molested, so it was worth it.
Was he wearing like a little Lord Fauntleroy outfit? Little bloomers, little blue velvet bloomers. Little lolly. The blueberry pie man, purple pie man.
So
what?
Funny.
None of us in the booth got this. You didn't get strange. Well, it's because you're a boy. I think so. Stranger danger. I don't think people assumed little boys were getting molested until later. It was always girls that got the stranger danger chat. You guys never got the like, hey, guys are creeps, stay away from them.
I never even got birds and the bees talk.
Well,
Like, it was just go figure
Really?
it out. Yeah.
His family was
I didn't
Israeli.
get either one of those. I think I was given like some kind of safe word to use, but I was never told what that would be for,
For sex or to make sure that the right person was picking you up?
Well, that came later, but yeah, for the right person picking me up. Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, we used to do that too.
Like, oh, I'm here to pick you up. And you're like, what's the password?
Yeah.
Oh.
Pickle or whatever. He
Ours
didn't
was
say
pizza.
pickle. I'm not coming home with him. Like,
That's so smart. So it was friends of the family. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's like a neighbor. I think I've heard of a neighbor or even, like close friend of the family. And you're
or
like,
someone in the religious community.
that's what's terrifying. And you and I both went to Catholic school. Did you hear
Yes.
about it in Catholic school?
I actually didn't.
I know. I didn't either.
Everyone was real quiet about it. The guys who got touched didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that comes after you get touched. You don't say anything about it.
Yeah, you're supposed to stay quiet.
Yeah.
Otherwise, well, that's what they do. They threaten the kid too. And
That is horrible.
I know, but that's why when you get trained to go on field trips and stuff, they tell the parents to look out for those behaviors. Like if you see a parent sitting close to the child, or they're not supposed to sit next to kids, you're not supposed to even like give hugs to the kids, like all that stuff.
But I will say, like, I had friends in elementary school whose dads were weird. They weren't
Yes.
molesters, but they were just weird.
Yes.
Did you have that?
Yes.
Okay, like this one guy.
Yes.
We used to go to his house. He was an architect, but like he was really nerdy, and he had a really big globe collection. And he was always like hanging out by the globes, and he was always watching sci-fi. He was like watching
worst.
sci-fi by his globes, and I was like,
Oculus, too.
I was like, this guy's disgusting. Like, I'm ready for my dad who just watches sports. Like, I know. It's like,
Yeah.
nothing grosser than like someone else's dad that you don't vibe with.
I 100% agree, because then you're like, some of these dads are obvious now in retrospect. You're like, oh, they're totes checking you out. I mean, you're like a hot 16-year-old, and you're probably unaware of your looks and your body, and so gross.
It's so gross.
There was one, my friend had a stepdad, of course, a stepdad.
Always.
And like, even his name was like, ew. It was a weird name, like gel or shell or like foreign, like, like Mel or something like mushy sounding. Like, ugh. And like, he was just like too beta. Like, you know, when they're just too quiet and they're always skulking around. And I was like, I don't trust you either.
I don't trust a quiet, sulking man.
No.
At all.
Chad. No, Chad's totally trustworthy.
Yeah, what the hell?
We call him Sad. What is it? Sad Chad on command? Is that what you call him? Chad on command?
Yeah, Chad on command.
Yeah, he's not creepy though. Chad doesn't have creepy stepdad.
You did call me out for What'd you say? I was skulking
You're
around.
skulking
earlier?
around. He's skulk, but that's
Bullshit.
fine.
That's fine. Yeah. Skulk. Skulk
Yeah.
on.
Did you like that highlight? I mean, how much fun was that? Why don't you watch a bunch more? We made a bunch more for you to watch. And then why don't you subscribe to my show? Subscribe to Where My Mom's At. That way, every time I drop an episode, you just get it. You don't have to think about it. And then hit the notification bell so you can get notified of all the great stuff that I make. Watch other highlight. Treat yourself. Get your life right.